welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited because I have a special guest here. As you guys know, this is my husband, and today we have a super special video to share with you guys. It's something that you have been asking for, and it's something that I think is going to benefit a lot of people and help you in deciding a few things as far as your financial journey goes. So today I'm going to be asking my husband a series of questions all about our journey so far in Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so before we get started with the questions, my name is Corina, this is my husband Abner, and we are in the middle of Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. If you're not sure who Dave Ramsey is, I suggest you Google him. If you're not sure what Financial Peace University is, let me just give you a little breakdown real quick. It is a 9-week course that has been created by Dave Ramsey and his team at Ramsey Solutions, and it teaches you how to manage your money. It's not just for people who are in debt, it's for people who don't know what to do with their money. And I think this is a course that is beneficial for literally everyone. It starts out from telling you like where you start or how to get out of debt, but also how to just get current on your bills, which is something that is a big struggle for a lot of people. And then it goes all the way through saving for retirement. So it goes all the way through saving for retirement, saving for your kids' college, being really, really generous, paying off your mortgage, and pretty much all of the baby steps. So I suggest that you look into that if it's something that you have no idea what we're talking about. But we are going to talk about our journey so far with FPU. Now we've actually been following Dave Ramsey, and I say we because we've always done our finances together, quote unquote together. Like we've always had a joint account ever since we got married, but we didn't necessarily always do our finances together the way that you see it now. So I've been sharing with you guys this year our budget meetings that we have each month. And we have really truly hit the ground running, I think, in 2019 with actually being a team, being on the same page with our finances. In the past, what would happen is I would really make the budget, which I still do make the budget because I like the numbers. Our son just woke up. But because I like the numbers, so I have always managed the budget. But now it is. And basically before, my husband would I would tell him kind of like when he could spend money or when not to spend money, or he would say, hey, can I buy a candy bar? And I'd be like, no, we need money for the light bill. And so it was, we worked together, but like loosely. It wasn't like a friction thing or anything like that. It was never really like an argument, like a source of argument, but it wasn't coming together, looking at the numbers together. It was, okay, what can we spend? Okay, I won't spend that money. But now he's definitely much more of a team player, and I am more so too as well. So I'm gonna get our son. Special guest number 2 has joined us. Oh, I guess number 3 because Kiki's down here too. It's a family affair. So that is FPU in a nutshell, and kind of our journey in a nutshell also. So now I'm gonna get started with talking to my hubby and just asking him a few questions about our journey and his thoughts so far. So dear. All right, so number 1 is, what did you think of Dave and the baby steps prior to starting FPU? So what was your kind of thoughts about all of that?
When you first started it, I guess it was what, 4 years ago or so?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was more of a saving plan, a different type of saving plan, and the baby steps for me in the beginning were kind of weird. Saving $1,000, and I'm like, okay, what is that going to do? Mm-hmm. Like, what's $1,000 going to do? And then talking about budget, I was like, okay, it was all foreign to me, I guess, since I never really did that in my life. So it was weird, and I didn't understand it. But it made you happy, so I said, let's do it.
Yeah, happy mama. All right, so what do you think of Dave Ramsey and FPU and the baby steps now?
Now that we have been taking FPU classes, I think it's amazing. I think he is amazing. I think he just drops so much knowledge biblically, and how we should steward our money correctly, and if we follow these steps, how we will never be in debt or have to ask the question of where is the money going to come from when there is an emergency.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of the most amazing plans anyone could do. Just like you were saying, it's not just a get out of debt type of plan, but it's also a how to really live your life well and well off. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I don't have money this month because of unexpected bills like this or this and that and that. But it's more of a, you know what, whatever comes my way, I'm able to deal with it because of the baby steps that have been in place. And if you don't believe it works, I didn't believe it worked fully, but when I started hearing Dave Ramsey's podcast and all the different people that have taken FPU or have followed the steps, just hearing their stories is what motivated me even more. And this guy motivated me as well too. Believe in it.
Yeah. Sweet boy. Awesome. He's like, who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, you. All right, so the third question is, so we're on lesson 4? So I mean 6? 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and basically in like the middle of our journey, so we were going to be on lesson 3, and they came out with a new book.
We were supposed to be on lesson 4.
Okay.
They updated.
And they updated the curriculum. Okay, so we got new curriculum. So basically we started over.
Yeah.
So we've been taking the class for like over 2 months now. Like we started at the middle of November.
But we took breaks.
We took breaks, yeah. We took breaks for the holidays, and then we're taking it with 2 other couples who are just like our friends. So we've taken a couple of like weeks off when like our schedules aren't like working, or they have something. I know like 1 week both of them like had to work late,
Yeah.
so things like that. We've been really flexible with it, and you know that's just it's working for us. Obviously, if you take it like at a church, it's going to be straight 9 weeks back to back. No breaks, and they schedule it that way to obviously get you through it.
Yeah.
And they schedule it specifically and like strategically at different times of the year. So I know like a lot of places just started in January. They'll take a break. They do it, I think, twice before like the summer, and then they do it again twice in like the fall or kind of like end of summertime. So that's kind of like the breakdown of the timeline. But like I said, we kind of went back because they updated the curriculum, so we wanted to see what the differences were. Yeah. And I can say we love the new curriculum. Yeah. It's been like just an update, so instead of it just being Dave talking, it's now Rachel Cruz and Chris Hogan as well, and it's really great to just hear different perspectives. Yeah. They have a lot of couples, and they share testimony, and they kind of keep them like through the baby steps. So you see them doing baby step 1, you see them doing baby step 2, and like they talk about their journey and their process and all of that. So it's really cool. It's definitely like a good upgrade, I think, or update. So since we are now on lesson, what do we say, 5?
5, I believe.
What's been your favorite lesson? And even if you don't remember like the specific names, because obviously I don't.
Yeah. I think my favorite lesson was, I think it was the 2nd week of the new curriculum.
Okay.
So it was lesson 2,
Okay.
because of the stories that they had added, or the testimonies of real life people that are going or went through the baby steps of Financial Peace University, and just hearing their stories. We were around obviously the 2 couples that joined us, and just got emotional just hearing their stories of where they were, and I just plugged myself into their story because we could be in that same situation they are. Maybe we are in the same situation, but hearing that because of Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, they've been able to pay off all their debt, be debt-free, living with freedom. Yeah. And just there's this motorcycle guy in there. You would think motorcycle people are hardcore. He had his little leather cut on, but he got so emotional because he said, "No one owns me now. Yeah. I'm free." So when he said that, it just tugged my heart. And knowing that we're going to be in that place, and one of the biggest motivators that I tell my wife is, we want this little guy right here to understand and know what it means to be debt free and to live with that freedom. So for me, it was hearing baby step 2, which was paying off your debt, credit card debt, snowball, and just it really opened my eyes to we could live a different lifestyle than what we're living right now. So that was my favorite one.
Yeah, that's good. Oh man. I think my favorite, oh gosh, they're all so good.
Yeah, they are.
It's so hard
It's
to
hard to
choose
pick.
one. But oh my goodness. I definitely liked number 2 also. Yeah, what did you like?
I like Chris Hogan.
You do like Chris Hogan. You do. You like him. But I think number 2 was probably my favorite, quickly followed by number, the last one that we just went through. I think.
Number 4, I believe it is.
Yeah. Number 4, or was it number 3?
Last one we talked about was buyer beware, so just...
Oh, yeah.
And then the third one was baby steps.
4, 5, and 6. Okay, yeah. So mine was a tie between lesson 2 and lesson 3, which was 2, again, this is that snowball, and 3 was going through lesson, the baby steps 4, 5, and 6. And for me, it's so motivating to think of like where we're gonna go next.
Yeah.
And so, even though we're on the debt snowball right now, like I know like the back of my hand what our debts are, what our goals are. You know, I can recite them to you in the middle of the night in my sleep. Like I know it like nothing else right now. And because that's where we are, I'm super, super focused on that, and it's like an obsession. Someone actually asked me recently if I did a paper budget also in a comment on our budget video, and I said I actually like budget obsessively. You guys only see our every dollar budget, but like I have budgets in my phone, I have budgets in Excel, I have budgets in my planner. I work on my budget like while I'm waiting for things sometimes at work. Like I just grab a Post-it and work on things and like tweak things, and
you actually
it's
worked
crazy.
one time during church service.
Yes, I mean that's not uncommon. Anywhere I am, because I have it in my planner, and my planner I take it with me everywhere, I will work on the budget whenever, wherever, anywhere, anytime. So it's kind of unhealthy, but that's where I am right now. And so looking at the next steps and like where we're going to be and what we're going to be able to do with our money, knowing exactly where our money is going right now and what we have available to us right now, knowing that we're going to be able to make that work for us and actually start doing like fun, exciting things that aren't paying off debt, that aren't just, you know, living, you know, on like rice and beans and very, very strict diets, but like very strict, you know, budget categories. I'm really excited for that. So seeing that and just hearing people's stories in that phase is really exciting to me. And knowing that we're going to have this big old emergency fund, like Rachel Cruz says, you know, for a woman, it is one of the most comforting and secure things knowing that there's money in the bank when an emergency happens. You know, there are several things that we'd like to do right now, but because of the stuff that we're on, we're not doing them, or we're going to do them very differently than we would if we weren't. Still getting out of debt, but knowing that we'll have the funds to do all of those things is so exciting. And I keep telling my husband, like, I can't wait to go on a vacation. Like, I cannot wait to go on a vacation. I'm not even kidding you guys. As soon as we're close to getting our debt paid off, like on the last debt, I'm going to be planning a vacation. I cannot wait. I am so excited. And obviously it won't be, you know, it'll be after we have our emergency fund, but I'll be planning it. I'll know exactly where we're going, what we're doing, when it's going to be great.
We'll know when we will be able to, what month, what date.
Yes.
We'll know how much time it's going to take us to accumulate our baby step 3.
So. Yeah, it's going to be good. So the next question I have is, what's the biggest thing you've learned from FPU that you would tell like other people? What's like the number one thing you think?
The number one thing, and I think I'm going to be talking to the guys, is that this is not just something for your wife or your significant other.
Ooh, amen, pastor, yes!
And obviously, I'm not trying to bring them down, but I was there where you're at probably, where you're just allowing the nerd to be just going toward making the budget, doing everything, and just as a free spirit, just allowing, okay, tell me what to do, tell me what not to do. But hearing, and obviously I know this, and when we got married, even our uncle told us, you know, we are in this together. It's not my money, I money, but it's our we money. But if it's our we money, then we should also be doing everything else that corresponds with financial anything together, and not just alone. And something that really opened my eyes is just Dave Ramsey, really just one of the homework assignments that he had us do was find an accountability partner. And he said, married couples, if you're married, your partner is your accountability partner. And just having that mindset of we're in this together, I think it also just relieved a lot of my wife's stress as well, and really had her, yeah, right, I know, and had her really be less stressful, because now I'm in the picture as well, and now I'm saying, okay, where are we on the budget? Okay, what is the next thing? I'm there with her, and we're going hand on hand, we're going side by side. It's not something that she's doing alone now. So the biggest thing that I got out of it was I'm my wife's helper, and I should be there to help as much as I can, wherever I can, as a free spirit. But obviously, just that's the biggest thing that I learned from Dave Ramsey, and also having a gazelle intensity.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, look at any video, YouTube or Discovery Channel. Look at a cheetah chasing after a gazelle, because the cheetah is hungry, but the gazelle's like, no, boo-boo, I'm not gonna do food today, and the gazelle runs for its life.
Yeah.
So what that correlates, Dave Ramsey says, we should be running like that with our trying to get out of debt.
Yeah.
Going with that gazelle intensity, that the debt is not going to eat us up. We're not going to be its prey, but instead we're going to be the prey, or the hunter, and our debt's going to be the prey, and we are going after it like crazy. So the two things that I really got from FPU through Dave Ramsey is being there to help out with the budget, and being present, and not just being there and saying okay, but really being present, and also having that gazelle intensity. Yeah,
that's good. I love that. I think for me, the biggest thing that I've learned from FPU, and what I would say to other people, is that living with debt and living in bondage to your finances is a choice.
Yeah.
It's something that I think, as Americans, we've just gotten so used to having debt and having a credit card and having car loans and having student loans and having mortgages, but all of those things are a choice. Yes, it is a choice, and it's hard to not live that way, but it is a choice. And if you know better, then you're expected to do better, right? So if you don't know any better, then you can't do better. But once you know better, you have to do better, because that is the choice that you have. And like I said, I think really emphasizing the fact that all of those things are choices, and that you don't have to be in bondage to your finances or to the bank. So I think that's something that's really important, and something that we're excited to teach our son, and to really help just change the culture in whatever way we can, and even with just our YouTube videos, and speaking to people in our personal lives, and all of that. So really having an influence on that culture, and speaking out and saying, no, this is a choice. This is not the way that you have to live. This is just the way that you're choosing.
What was it that Dave Ramsey said? No.
Oh, no is a complete sentence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, was it that, or he said, no is freedom. Something about freedom and
no,
of course. But I forget what was the line that he said. I don't know. And then the other couple said, oh, that's good. And she wrote it down.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to remember.
I don't
Maybe
know.
post it in the comments so you guys could read it.
Yeah.
That line was good.
We'll have to check in our notebook.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last question I have is, knowing what you know now, would you do anything differently in our financial history? This is such a loaded question.
Together or?
Together.
I think being open and honest with our finances, because I think even when we first got married, we still kind of kept to ourselves financially.
Yeah.
Not to an extent where we were hiding things, but we weren't really being open and honest about maybe the debt that I had or the debt that you had, or I'm spending this and I'm spending that. We were more keeping small stuff hidden from us, from each other.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I would change right off the bat would be just being more open and being transparent on our financial situations and our problems. And just the second one is, whenever we thought about opening up credit cards or getting a card on, saying no. Because obviously We buy credit cards. We get credit cards and buy these fancy cars because we want to impress people. People don't care. They ain't gonna know the difference of what you're wearing. Well, some people might, but they're not gonna know the difference of what you're wearing. They're not gonna care what you're driving. All people care about when they're driving is either their phone or they got to get to point B. So is not caring about what type of car I drove, not caring about, hey, we need this, so let's open up a credit card account to buy this stuff. Just making sure that if we don't have the money, then we can't buy it. That doesn't mean that later on down the line we can't buy it. So even though we don't have the money, doesn't mean that we can't buy it. But later on down the line, we'll be able to save and buy that big purchase item or just anything in general. So just thinking, if we don't have the money, let's not pout about it. Let's not throw a tantrum. Let's just wait, save up, and buy it when we have the cash for it.
Tantrum thrower. Hey guys.
I didn't want to point fingers.
I'll give Elias a run for his money, I'm sure. Is it funny? Mama throws tantrums sometimes. Yeah, that's good. Ooh, whoops. That's good stuff. Yeah, I think that's good.
You have it?
I think what I would do differently, same thing. I think that I would just be subscribed to the crock pot mentality over the microwave mentality. And that's one thing that Dave Ramsey says in FPU and also just on the podcast every now and then. He just talks about how we're such a microwave society. Like, we want things right now. We want them right when we want them. We're not willing to let things simmer in the crock pot. Even though the crock pot, everyone knows, produces way better meals than the microwave does. So
and more.
Yes, and much more. Yeah, true. The quantity is a lot better, a lot more. Yeah. So that's good. But yeah, that's, I think, one thing that I would definitely subscribe to, and that's one thing that going forward is how we're choosing to live is the slow cooker mentality, like the tortoise and the hare, like the slow and steady wins the race, but doing it fast and quick it's what bites you in the end, and it's what makes you pay more for things in the end, and you end up kind of with some of that regret and buyer's remorse also. So that's all the questions I have. Do you have anything else to add?
I would just end it with myself saying, for the guys again, if you aren't on board with this process, it's fine if you don't want to be, it's cool, but ask yourself this question, especially if you have kids or are thinking about having kids. Even if you're not thinking about having kids, but ask yourself this: why do I want to be out of debt? The big why. My reasoning is because of my family, but because of this guy. Something that Dave Ramsey says is ending the generation of being debt, changing my family tree. That's what he says. I want to change my family tree so that not just Elias, but when Elias gets married and has kids, they understand what it means to not be in debt and live in freedom. So guys, if you guys are thinking about having a family, or if you're not thinking at all, ask yourself the question, why do I want to be out of debt? And I encourage you guys to really sit down with your wife, significant other, whatever it may be, and just really have a serious talk about where you guys want your life to be and how to look like, and be on board. And other than that, once that happens, it's going to be an awesome experience, and it won't be something that you dread doing. Budget meetings or just talking about finances, you won't dread it, but you will look forward to it. But that's what I would end with.
Elias has a lot to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would end with, if you are hesitating with doing FPU, if you think we don't need this, I would highly encourage you to just invest in it and bite the bullet and do it. It is a cost, but it's something that I wish we had done 3 years ago when we started. We felt like we didn't need to do it because I had a good handle on it. I understood the principles just from reading Told a Money Makeover and watching the YouTube videos and listening to the podcast. But seeing the difference in my husband and how it's changed his view of our finances, I would have done it and paid $500 for it when we first got started, because it truly is that important. It truly makes that much of a difference. I know that if we had done it right away, that we would be out of debt right now. Which is, it's kind of sad and crazy, but that's just our journey. And so learn from our mistake and just bite the bullet and take FPU, because it's seriously going to benefit you. Even if you're single and you think you have a good handle on it, I encourage you to just take FPU, because it will help to give you a community of people who are in this with you and in this together as well. So that's all we have to share with you guys today. Thank you for dealing with our wild babies.
Our guests.
Yes, our special guests of Kiki and Elias Bear, Elias Little Man. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Please let us know if you have any other questions for us, and we hope this has been helpful. And thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.